Excuse me. All right. So, hello. Wow, I cannot talk this morning. Hello. How is everybody doing? My name is Anthony, Smoking Anthony. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. So, this woman right here is named Tori. She's the one that did the whole entire reporting to ICE about the raid and how all these people displaced. Now, with that being said, you would think she would show some more remorse after some more information came out. And how is this going to impact the state of Georgia? Because you got to think about it for a minute. They could potentially lose billions of dollars because of what she did. Hyundai is a very large automotive company. That would have brought in the state over $7 billion in revenue and brought in plenty of jobs on top of that. So the estimated value of the plant would have been between $7.6 to $12.6 billion, right? And as far as jobs goes, let's see. I had it written down here how many jobs was estimated to be brought in here. Let's see. Here we go. So the estimated jobs is not here. However, they had an estimated of 8,100 jobs being bought into the state, assuming the average salary is $60,000 a year, with an annual payroll of $500 million. This woman right here messed that up for everybody. Keep that in mind. She messed it up for everybody. So she sat here and did that report. Now, the kicker is she's also running for Senate. Now, you would think a woman who's running for Senate that has America first in her mind, because that's part of the thing she's going for, because if you watch any of her TikTok videos, that's what she say, America first. This is what I voted for. We need to get these illegals out of here. She didn't even know initially these were South Koreans there. You know, they say, and they have been saying, it's been shown repeatedly that, you know, ignorance and racism is what's destroying America. Let's go ahead and play her video of her admitting to go ahead and doing this.
52 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE. But it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trapped.
She never said where she got her source of information. It looks like she's just taking the old-fashioned Republican talking points that Donald Trump has said. But she has not said one time where she got her information or her sources for what was going on there.
They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep.
Keep in mind, these are all Koreans.
Have no quality of life. It's modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel, and that's just not how it is. It's very bad conditions, very inhumane, and the Biden administration started a humanitarian crisis. So y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run. I love how y'all say, oh, she's doubling down. She's reneging on what she said. Listen, I stand on business. And when I say something, I don't back down.
You know, I never do like this. Whenever you have people that are a certain demographic, always want to take the lingo, slang, verbiage, words, whatever you want to say, of other people or cultures, and then use it for their own purposes. It's just, it's very frustrating. Anyways, let's continue.
Down from it. This isn't a pissing contest. So for all you people from out of state harassing me 24 hours a day, coming to our state protesting about shit you don't even understand, let me break it down for you. I didn't know anything about the Korean aspect of the raid. I didn't realize that 300
And that's what I mean. She didn't know. So where did she get her information where she felt justified to go ahead and call ICE? I mean, let's just think about that. Where did she get that information from? And now her running for Senate, which I hope she doesn't win. But let's be real here. Georgia's a very red state. Don't let Atlanta fool you. Georgia is pretty red. So I can see her running, and it's okay her not knowing all the facts. It's okay for her not to do all the research she needed to do. All she needs to do is say, I'm a veteran. I'm a trained shooter, which she is. She's a firearm instructor. America first. I love Donald Trump, and she'll probably win. Even though she cost that state $500 million a year as far as annual income for people who could have worked there for over 8,000 employees, and then a plant that would have been valued at between $8 and $12 billion. But hey, you know what though? America first. I was trying to save the people from the slave conditions they were working in, even though I had no real proof that was really going on. Come on, man.
Of the people working at the LG battery site inside the Hyundai mega site were either working on expired visas or didn't have proper visas. And now they're being flown home on a cushy plane, according to the Trump administration and to their country.
Because that administration has been so honest and transparent 100% of the time. Have we not heard reports of people who are quote unquote deported that just end up disappearing? Alligator Alcatraz they're trying to build. I don't disagree with deporting illegals. I really don't disagree with that at all. If you came into the country illegally, then yes, you should not be here. As an American, we got to go through every single process to get into any country just to visit properly. And it's even worse trying to live somewhere else. But if you come here legally, you're here legally. So if you have a temporary work visa to come here to help set up a plant, you could be here for 4 to 6 weeks and you have to go back home and come back like a lot of international companies tend to do. And if you're considering running for Congress and you choose not to look into this, research this, that just shows how well you're going to serve the American people and your own state. Part of being a Congress is doing what's best for the people, not just best for your own self-interest in your own bigoted ways. And that's exactly what it was. She won't admit to it. Her supporters won't admit to it. But I guarantee you, I'll just stop there because it's YouTube. So I'm going to stop there.
And their country and the Trump administration are going to figure out what they need to do to rectify the situation. Now, as far as the other 172 who some reported, including myself, they were being hired by American subcontractors after they pushed the unions out who were safe, who know how to do their jobs. And they were paying them like $7.50 an hour.
You know, I am actually very big for unions. I've always been big for unions. One of my best jobs I ever had before in my life was a union job, and I kept that job up until the owners sold the company to a larger company, and that larger company pretty much did away with everything. But I'm all for unions. But again, she never says where she gets her information from. She never cites her sources. Somehow she just amazingly came across this information, and she just ruined a bunch of people's lives and potentially cost billions of dollars for her state that she's trying to run for Senate for. You can't make this ish up.
They were holding out money saying, well, you've got to pay this fee or you can't stay here, working 6 or 7 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, pardon me, and horrible working conditions, which there are videos of.
I tried looking up the working conditions of that factory. I didn't find anything. Everything I seen, that factory looks pretty good. And even if it didn't look the best, they're building it. It's not gonna look like a luxury hotel. It's not gonna look like a fully functional facility. It's gonna take time to get built up to that level of excellence. I'm pretty sure they was willing to have here. I do know there's another Hyundai shop or plant in the state of Alabama around Montgomery, if I remember correctly. And that facility looks amazing. So if it looks anything like that, something that's being brand new built in 2025, she jumped the gun again. I don't think she had accurate information. Somebody probably fed her some information knowing she wasn't going to fully look into it. And now she has egg on her face.
You can actually go look at some of the Savannah news channels and Google some of the stuff on that, and you'll be able to find it. But you guys are coming here protesting, saying your neighbors, they're not your neighbors, and it's not your tax dollars that's paying for it. Okay, we don't like slave labor around here, and this is what we voted for. And as far as my campaign, well, I'm in a hard Republican district, 22 counties, 2 partial counties, only one of them is Democrat. So you can stop with that buzz right now. We do the right thing. This is what we voted for. I stand by that. And I stand by we don't hire illegals and slave labor in this country.
And to me, when I hear that, she's so freaking stubborn. She's going to stand by. She costs her state billions of dollars. She could have very simply said, I'm sorry, I was misinformed. I jumped the gun. Something. But the unaccountability is not what we need in office. We already have too much of that as it is. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at her site. So when I saw this picture at first, I didn't think that was the same one, but clearly it was photoshopped and touched up or whatever else. She's running for Georgia's 12th congressional district. My goodness. Let's see. My ex-husband retired from Robinson Air Force Base. Although we're no longer together, we prioritize our co-parenting, our children. So she's divorced. In the middle of Georgia, I found in the middle of Georgia, trying. I am. All right, so she's divorced. She likes firearms. Okay. You honor training 13,000 women in community accounting, background psychology, coupled with experience, behavioral. So she has a background in psychology, but she can't be accountable. So let me get this straight. She's an ex-wife. She's divorced for whatever reason. Okay. She's a single mom, which, okay. She's a firearms instructor, and I can't really say anything negative about that. And she has a background in psychology. Does anybody else see what's wrong with this? She does not fit the Republican standard, right? She's an ex-wife. Republicans are against divorce. She's a single mother. They're against that too, right? Firearms instructor, hey, she could ride on that and that'll probably get her elected right there. Background in psychology, that scares me just for the fact that she has a bachelor's in psychology. I guess that's still a background. That scares me more than anything else, just for the fact that, you want your psychologist to help you become a better person, more well-rounded person, person that can help you be accountable. But that's not something she's able to do herself. So it kind of makes me worry about her credentials and how far she really got. Let's see here. As Marine, blah, blah, blah. Talks about her mission. Okay. And I guess that's the district where she's playing on Richmond, Warren, Gaslock, Burt, Jefferson, Washington, Johnson, Jenkins, etc., etc. There's a lot of them there. Let's see. All right. Oh, there's a thing for donate here. I wonder if you get anything for donating. So far she raised $3,204 from 70 donors. The minimum donation looks like it's $5. Or recommended, contribution is $5. And the maximum is $3,500. So she's almost there. Okay. And let's go ahead and go here. So this is what the news had to say about this situation.
search warrant for the whole site.
Tonight, growing fallout over the massive immigration raid at a Hyundai facility near Savannah, Georgia. South Korea's foreign minister responding to the raid, saying he was deeply concerned by the operation. South Korea ordering all-out efforts to respond to the arrest, including preparing to dispatch diplomats to the Georgia facility and to Washington. DHS officials saying they arrested 475 workers, mostly South Korean nationals, the largest single-site enforcement operation in Homeland Security history.
We are sending a clear and unequivocal message that those who exploit our workforce, undermine our economy, and violate federal laws will be held accountable.
President Trump backing the raid.
We want to get along with other countries, and we want to have a great, stable workforce.
It's not even the fact that Donald Trump is a Republican. It just seems like every single promising business deal that we have going on has this. It's like he's trying to sabotage everything. He would have been better off. Donald Trump would have been better off not commenting on this at all. If they would have asked him about this, he could have simply said, "I don't know enough about it. Let me get back to you about it." And then if he was forced to make a statement about it, then he could have been like, "You know what? It's not the route I would have taken, but I do understand her actions." But it's a full blind of, yeah, I fully support the raid. What? I swear, these people who are saying America first, it doesn't seem like it.
But we had a lot of illegal aliens working there. So, look, they're doing their job.
And experts warning the raid could increase tensions between Seoul and Washington after South.
Exactly. Why are you calling their people illegals? You should not be calling their people illegals. What?
South Korea pledged some $500 billion in U.S. investments.
This is going to have an impact on U.S.-Korean economic relations. And the question is this a major setback, or is this something that both sides can work through professionally?
Hyundai saying none of those detained were directly employed by the company and vowing to conduct its own investigation, adding it has zero tolerance for those who don't follow the law. And tech giant LG, which is based in South Korea and had 47 of its employees detained, announced it's suspending business trips to the U.S. Jose?
We thank you for watching.
What? I didn't even know about that one. So LG had 47 employees detained. And now LG is not going to let business people. Man, I swear. This whole entire... I wish people would wake up. I really do wish people would wake up. Like I said earlier in the video, if you are truly illegal in this country, fine. You don't need to be here. I can agree with that part. But can you at least agree that if you're going to deport anybody, do the full research first? Because when you do stuff like this, it's going to cost America and Americans who are not part of the upper echelons money and opportunities. Like I said before, the average salary of somebody that could have potentially worked there is $60,000 a year. With an annual salary budget for that company, $500 million a year. A factory that's worth around $8 to $12 billion, and that could be all this go to now. All right, anyways, you guys tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely want to hear from you on this one. And if you have a completely opposite viewpoint of me, and I really want to hear from you. Like, if you support these actions, I want to know why. I mainly want to hear from the people that support this. Because this isn't America first. This isn't making America greater or better or stronger. These were temporary people helping getting a factory set up for American jobs. I would think that's something Donald Trump want to be 100% behind after all the stuff that's been going on around him. That could have got people off the list. That could have got people to stop talking about the list. If he would have worked with South Korea and bought in over 60,000 jobs, over 8,000 jobs with a good salary that's above the national average. But no, you must try to stick to an agenda that's not working for the American people. I can agree with somebody and disagree with them too. And though I'm not the biggest Trump fan, he's messing up too badly, and everybody is too loyal to a color. That's why I keep saying that the Republican and the Democratic parties are nothing more than white gangs. Because as soon as you say you're a Republican and Democrat, it's as if you got to agree 100% on what they say or do. Right, wrong, indifferent, whether it's destroying the country or not. Now, you can sit here and be a Republican and be right the majority of the time. You could be a Democrat and be right the majority of the time. Hell, I was not a fan of a lot of things that Joe Biden did. I can admit that. But guess what? I'm an independent. Because I know that both these parties are corrupt. And people keep speaking that Kamala would have been better. No, she's married to a Jewish man. If anything, we'd probably be deeper in the ish when it comes to the stuff overseas right now. But we wouldn't have the list to talk about. Anyways, you guys tell me what you think again. I'm sorry, I'm about to get out of here. Like, comment, subscribe. I got some other things to do. Yeah, thank you.